Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome in to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. We are live, and I don't see a picture. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, something happened to the camera. My fault. What's going on, guys? Thursday Night Live show. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Appreciate you guys being here. Looks like Steven Fielder already left a $2 super chat. So thank you, Steven, for the super chat. And wow, we have 70 people in the chat already. You guys are on it tonight. We call those early squad. So thank you guys. Just a quick little hello to everyone in the chat. I see a ton of you. I see some of my admins to the hippos out there, Keith and Starr, Jamie Pace, and everyone else who's in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into it. Those of you watching this later on, Dominic from Primetime Treasures, thanks, buddy, for being here. I saw you hit 500. Congratulations. So let's get started. We're going to talk about the sales tax. You guys want to talk about it. Had 1,000 questions, and I'm going to cover all the questions, and then I'll open it up to Q&A. So if you have a question, you don't understand the sales tax topic from today, just hold your questions till the end. Hopefully I cover it. If not, then go ahead and feel free to ask it. Before I logged in here, I got a message from Chad, Golden Finger Picker. You guys know who Chad is. He's been around forever. Salty. He's an old guy. Chad, you officially owe me a shot because you ruined a drink and you ruined a shirt. I was taking a drink. You sent me a message. I spit it all over myself. You're on the hook for one now, buddy, at least. Speaking of shirts, Mama Rockstar MVP this week. She got the shirt ready for Vegas. Look, all the buttons replaced. She got them all sewed on there nice and tight. As long as the dry cleaners stops losing them every time I drop the shirt off. So thanks, Mom. Appreciate that if you're in the chat. All right, let's do it. Sales tax 101. What do we got going on? So anybody new to this, this is the part where you listen. If you already understand this, you can tune me out for about 60 seconds. Sales tax. This is not federal tax. This is not 1099s. This is sales tax within your state. It is 45 states. We have 5 states in this country that do not charge sales tax. They are Alaska. I'll start out west. Alaska, Oregon, Montana, New Hampshire, and Delaware. Those are your 5 non-income or non-sales tax states. And if you ever see really expensive exotic cars with Montana license plates, that's why they register them in Montana and they don't have to pay the sales tax. Remember, a $300,000 car. Well, the sales tax on my car at $150,000 was like $10,000 or something, or $12,000. So that's why they're doing it. So those states have no sales tax. Outside of those 5, every other state, when you purchase something in that state, with the exception of certain merchandise, it's like chemicals or vending machine or rental property income. There's certain exceptions. Every state is different. In our state, there's a list of them. You can go on the website and check it out. Outside of that, anything you purchase, you pay tax on. You buy a $10 item, you give them 70 cents or 7 cents or whatever it is. And so on the internet, it works exactly the same. I live in the state of Florida. If I go on the internet and I buy something from somebody who lives in Florida or has their business in Florida, I owe them sales tax. Now, they can choose to charge me, or they can choose to just take the sales tax out of the income that they get from my purchase and send it to the state. They send it to Florida. If I live in Georgia and I buy from somebody in Florida, they do not have to cover it. I am outside of their state. I'm outside of their realm. So when you are the seller, anybody that's in your state that buys from you, if you ship an item to an address in your state, it's paid for, shipped in your state, that is when you are responsible for the sales tax on the item, either to collect it and send it to the state or to take it out of your earnings and send it to the state. Either way, it doesn't matter. Now, with a new ruling today, that is no longer the case. You are responsible for sales tax on all 45 states, your own plus 44, excluding the 5 that we just talked about, for every item, every transaction. Now, what is good about this, that was announced today, the state that led the charge to overturn the ruling to make this possible was South Dakota. Their laws state that you must do, as a seller, $100,000 in sales, or, different from PayPal, or 200 transactions within their state. So if you did not hit 100 grand, or you did not hit 200 items in South Dakota, you don't have to pay tax on any sales tax on any of the purchases that were made from South Dakota people. Same for every other state if they go the same route. We do not know if every other state is going to implement that. We had a super chat from Joanne Smith. Thank you so much, Joanne. Joanne rocks. Give her a hashtag. Thank you a million times over. I will read the chat and answer your questions shortly. Somebody just asked. So let me finish out my little explanation, then we'll jump in to your Q&A. So 100 grand per state is a lot of money. Let's be honest. Most of us sell, I think all of last year, I probably sold 3 items to South Dakota. That's not an issue. I would be more concerned with the 200 items going out to states rather than I would 100,000. You know, anybody doing less than 2, 3, 4, 500,000, even people doing $1 million a year in sales, remember that's spread out across the entire country. So the chances of 100 grand being at any one state, with the exception of maybe California, maybe Florida, like we're the 2 most popular states, you probably are going to be under that 100,000 number unless you're doing big sales. Probably doesn't apply to anyone here. The 200 items, however, I've shipped 10 items to California in a day. I guarantee I shipped 200 items to California last year. Remember, that's only like 16 or 17 items a month. That's not that hard to get to. So that is where I would be. That is where I would be a little cautious over hitting the 200 items. Yeah, and somebody made a good point. Scott McFarland was talking about some states have sales tax, but they don't tax certain items, and Pennsylvania is one of them. You will have to look up the laws for each state individually, depending on where you are. I'll do my best to try to find them and link like a resource where you can look that up in this video. Give me a day or two to put it down there. Please come back and check the video out later. So with that said, if you're not hitting 100,000 in sales or not 200 items, you know, in any one state, we should be covered. They have not made that official outside of South Dakota, but I would anticipate a lot of states following suit, and that being how it is. Rake and Profit, $10.07 super chat. You guys give Rakin a big hand. We're going to get to see Rakin and do a live show with him in Las Vegas next month. Can't wait to do that. Thank you, Mr. Steven Rakin. Rakin Profits. Guys, you guys know how to find Steve all over social media, YouTube, Instagram, the whole shebang. You can find Steven on Instagram. He's been killing the Instagram lately. Good work, Steve. Good work. Yeah, we'll do a video with Steve in Vegas. I promise I'll catch up with him. So let's talk about if the states don't follow suit with the 100 grand and the 200 or 200 transactions. Let's say the states say, if you sell one item in our state, you're responsible. What do we do? Okay, so there's 3 options. There's 3 possibilities. Possibility 1 is that eBay and Amazon implement an internal software that will track all of your sales tax to each state. It will give you a report of every state and what you owe, and then you will have to pay them. So there's 2 ways that could happen. One is eBay and Amazon could disperse the money for you to each state. That is the ideal situation. There will be no harm, no foul, no work, no extra effort on your part. Awesome. The money will come from the customer. You're covered. However, if eBay and Amazon only reports it to you and sends you the report, you will be responsible to log into each and every state's website and send them a debit card payment. Imagine logging into 45 websites to send 45 debit card payments in a row. That's a problem. So most states are quarterly. Florida is quarterly. We do it 4 times a year. It takes like 5 minutes for me to log in and pay my sales tax every 3 months. No big deal. But if I had to pay 45 of them, that's a little bit of a work, and it's a problem. It would take all day or 2 days to get that done. Not horrendous, but bad. So hopefully they go the route of dispersing the money for you. Option number 2 is that a third party comes along, a third party company like TaxJar or something along those lines, and they do the work for you. That's a backup option. Why is that a backup option? Because they're going to charge you to do that work. I don't know how expensive it would be. Probably wouldn't be terribly expensive because they already have the software for the most part. It's going to cost you a couple $100 if I had to guess. It's an expense. It's a very expensive expense for a lot of small people. So that's kind of a good option, but not a great option. Option number 3 is everybody says screw you. Everyone says get lost. eBay doesn't help you. No third-party software can help, and you have to do it manually, reporting, getting the numbers, and then logging in, paying it all. At which point, that's not possible. You'd have to pay an accountant. You'd have to pay an in-house bookkeeper. You would go broke, or you'd have to spend 2 or 3 weeks doing it yourself. So let's pray that that doesn't happen. That is our worst case scenario. Hopefully everybody understands this. Does it make sense? If it doesn't, ask questions. Ask me what you want to know. I think I covered it pretty well. And then I want to get into a few more things. So let's do a few minutes over in Q&A, and then we'll move on from there. So, hey, Deb. I see you, Deb. Deb Motaz in the house. Raking. Like buttons all day. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Liquidation Lounge. If you live in Vegas, Monday, July 23rd, 6 p.m., Mandalay Bay, Delano, the Skyfall Lounge. 6 p.m., Monday the 23rd. Meet us there. We'll be there. So if we're outside the USA, what is the stance? I do not know how that works, but I know you don't owe sales tax. Jamie, you're going to get booted. Jesus. Who was the judge that tipped the scale? So there was 5-4. The Supreme Court ruling was 5-4. I know that the older female judge, I don't know, 5-4 sales tax. I'm just going to look it up. I'll tell you which judges were which. There was no tipping scale. They voted once, and it was 5-4. If you give me just a second, Ruth Gaynor Ginsburg. What is her name? I can't remember the Supreme Court judges' names. I have such a hard time with that. Okay, it's Anthony Kennedy, who is the Supreme Court justice, I believe. He's the top. Clarence Thomas, the African American judge. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the older, most experienced female judge. Samuel Alito and Neil Gorsuch were the 5-4. And then the 4 against would have been John Roberts, who dissented, saying that it should be left to Congress. Stephen Breyer, Sonia Sotomayor, who is very right-leaning. She doesn't agree in anything the government being a part of. And Elena Kagan were the 4 against. So 2 of the women were against, and 1 woman for. Is a pretty even split across all the different things. People always like to break down the race and the gender and the ethnicity of the judges and which way they went. Honestly, it just is. So no, Chief Justice Roberts voted. Did he vote for? Oh yeah, John Roberts. Chief Justice Roberts went against it. I'm sorry. Anthony Kennedy is not Chief Justice. He was for it, but he's not Chief Justice. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anivia Williams, thank you so much for that. So, yeah. How do 5 people decide the fate of the entire U.S.? Those 5 people have over 200 years of experience. One of them has like 45 years alone of being a judge. So they do have a lot of experience. But what do they know about making $50,000 a year sitting in front of a computer? I don't know. So Suzette Ryerly. Casey, I don't have a tax ID number, no official business. Really don't make that much. Should I be worried? Okay, so the answer is no and yes. You should be reporting your sales and your taxes and your sales tax. You should be paying them. Depending on what not much is to you would determine whether you should be worried or not. You can always get audited, and my official answer to you is that you should always pay your taxes or consult a CPA. But my unofficial off-the-record answer is if you're making $300 a year, it's a pretty good chance you won't get in too much trouble. So Kevin Thomas wants to know if you can write off a mini fridge and drink. No, absolutely not. So, hey, Wade's Ventures. What's up, Wade? How you doing? Wade. We'll do a live show with Wade 2 in Las Vegas. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Thrift Trader says not condoning tax evasion. How in the world do they plan on tracking and enforcing this? Just like the IRS. So how many people a year do you think file false tax returns or lie to the IRS? Probably thousands. How many do they catch? 100, 200, 1,000, 500? It's a percentage. It's a numbers game. It's, are you willing to risk it and get audited? Never, ever condone that. Never do that. I'm just saying there's percentages and numbers. So. Exclusive elegance. When you fill out the state tax for an invoice, do you get a report at the end of the year? So I don't know how every other state works, but here in Florida, we have quarterly. So you collect for January, February, and March, and you make your payment in April. You then collect April, May, June, make your payment in July, which is coming up for us. Then you do July, August, September, collect in October. October, November, December's payments are due in January of the following year. So what happens is you keep your records and you total it up, and the end of the quarter happens. You will log into our website here in Florida. It gives you a form that you fill out how much sales you did, how much tax you owe them. Did you have, deductions? Did you have exceptions, etc.? Comes out, says a total. Please enter your debit card information. Bang. They send you a PDF email that gives you exactly what you sent them. And you save that to your computer. At least that's what I do. I have records of it. And that's it. That's pretty much how it works. So James Thrift, $5 super chat. Thank you, Mr. James. I cannot wait to meet James in Las Vegas. So many of you guys are going to be in Vegas. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to do it. So James rocks. He does. Never lie to the IRS. Absolutely never lie to the IRS. That's completely show. Just please don't do it. Brandon, what's the deal with views showing up blank on eBay? Known glitch, been going on for months. Nothing we could do about it. I had an item the other day with 5 watchers and 1 view. Just saying. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing? $10 from Elizabeth. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. Appreciate you, everything you do, and appreciate you being here. Hopefully, we're helping you guys out. If you guys don't know Elizabeth, you guys better give her a big hand. If you guys ever meet Elizabeth out in town, if you live near her or you're around her, please buy her a drink. She has a beautiful family. We were looking at your photos the other day, Elizabeth. Your family is amazing. Adam A517. Yes, I admit that was my next topic of subject of matter here. Is Wade still in the house? Wade Ventures still in the house. If you guys didn't know, Wade and his wife, is it Ashley? Her name's Ashley, right? I'm so bad with names. I told you guys this. It's Ashley. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. God, I'm going to feel so stupid if I'm wrong. They had their new little baby. I don't want to quote the day, but was it the 17th or the 18th? Is Adam or is Wade in the house? I don't know if Wade's in the house, but Wade had his new baby. He'll probably beat me up for showing you guys this, but he did a live show. His baby was a YouTube, Instagram celebrity within its first few hours of existing on this earth. Man, it looks like Wade too. I mean, the baby looks just like Wade. It was ridiculous how much the baby looks like Wade. Give me just a second. I'm trying to pull the picture. Yep, gotcha. So let's show you a little bit of Wade. Wade's little monster here. Look at that. There was a better one on the live show, but congratulations to Wade and his other half. Much better looking half. Sorry, Wade. Yeah, it's Ashley. Yeah, it is. The 18th. I thought so. It was the 18th. So that was that was Monday, right? I saw the post from Wade when he had it. I think it was Monday afternoon or Monday evening. So at Wade's Venture. Yep. He's not in the house. He rolled out, but new baby in the house. So good luck to Wade. Rip to Wade's sleep schedule. Congrats, buddy. That's awesome. Looking forward to see you in Vegas. Forever Genuine. Please come up, say hi, have a drink. We can't wait to meet everyone. Can't wait to see you guys. And thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being in the chat. We definitely want to see you guys that hang out in this chat. Yeah, exclusive. It is worth the conference if you got them for $275. $400's a little steep. It is worth it at least going once and hanging out in the conference. You will learn a lot. I do say that. Is the baby's name Axel? Justin Pacman, is the baby's name Axel? I missed the name of the baby. I feel really ding-dongish about that, but no baby fever. No. 9 pounds, 7 ounces was the weight. Woo, that was a big boy. I didn't know. Axel's the name. Nice. I missed the name, but 9 pounds, 7 ounces. That is a healthy little boy. My goodness. That is scary, actually. Yeah. Wade's other half, Ashley, is definitely she's sorry, Wade, buddy. I love you, but you picked a good one. Hang on to her, man. Hang on to her. Hey, Gate City Picker, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, rip to Wade's sleep for the next 3 months at least. And it was Monday night. I got the notification Monday night from Wade's post that the baby was born. So awesome. Can you make $1,000 a week at flea markets? Yeah, I see people doing $1,000 weekends at flea markets all the time. So hopefully we covered the sales tax. I covered Wade. I covered my mom being amazing. So I have my shirt for Vegas. I covered Rockstar. Golden Finger Picker making me spill a drink. Cheers to Knight's Field Required on this. Using the glass again. He said he's long and tall. So hopefully, yeah, thanks a lot. Hitting the like buttons, guys. If you did miss part of this live chat, rewind, watch the sales tax part if that's what you're worried about, if you're watching this later. Covered it in the first maybe 10 minutes of the video. We're 20 minutes in. If you guys have any other questions, concerns, put them in the chat. I'll answer them. I'm going to open it up to you guys for the rest of it. Ask some fun questions. I had a couple topics I wanted to ask you guys. Anybody got Netflix recommendations? I'm running out of Netflix things. Trust me, I've been watching the dumbest things on Netflix. Don't ask. I just don't ask. Yeah, let's move on past sales tax. You guys that want to learn about sales tax, just rewind. Other than that, I've covered it all. Nothing to worry about yet. Chicken Little, the sky didn't fall. The world's not over. We'll get through this. Just come check me out. I'll help you move on. How are free returns going? Thrift Trader, good question. So we had a couple of returns. One was legit. It was my fault. I messed up. One was somebody said that the item is not authentic. It's a very low-end brand. I want to say it's Hollister that they said is counterfeit. A pair of jean shorts from Hollister are counterfeit. I accepted the return. It is what it is. I don't think it had anything to do with free returns. Other than that, returns are good. We've only had one since last week and two in the last 3 weeks. Outside of that one and the one I messed up, 2, total of 4 in 3 weeks. 4 in 3 weeks, which is pretty normal for us. So it has not caused our returns to spike just yet. Fingers crossed. I just cursed myself. But thanks for asking. Appreciate that. Netflix is really doing so bad. Yeah. Patton on Netflix. I've watched a little bit of Patton. Yeah. No, I have not gotten in trouble with eBay. They didn't contact eBay. They opened a return request for item not as described, and then they put in the little message box, not authentic. Some Hollister jean shorts, really? I got them from Salvation Army for half off $1. I sold them for like $11. Like, come on, seriously? So The Rain on Netflix is kind of cool. I'll have to remember that, Genuine. Forever Genuine, can you send me a message on Facebook? You have my Facebook, right? Send me a message on Facebook. I had a quick question I wanted to ask, or on Instagram. Either way, it doesn't matter. There was somebody else that wanted to send me a message too. Wind River on Netflix. I'll have to look through this stuff. You guys leave it in the comment section later. Money Heist I saw. Money Heist is pretty good. Anita, great question. What happened to the customer that bought 64 items from me on best offers or purchases and never paid? They got 64 unpaid item strikes. And as far as I know, their account is gone. Somebody trolled me. And the problem is they had really good feedback, and I don't understand. It's so weird. I don't watch Orange is the New Black. Sorry. Stitch Witch, you're welcome. Absolutely. Bloodline series is good. Mama Rockstar is amazing. Yeah, Mama hooked me up, man. Hey, Lindsay's in the house. Another person I get to meet in Las Vegas. Yeah, Mama hooked it up. I threw it on her. I got to be honest. I threw it on her, and she made it happen. And hey, thanks to Jen's Cool Shop, Jennifer Johnson, for getting me these buttons. They were slightly larger than the factory buttons, so my mom actually cut all the old buttons off and re-sewed every one of these buttons onto this shirt. So props to Mom. It took her like 2 days. So thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. You always need your mom, man. I don't care if you are 33 years old. You need your mom sometimes. Forever Genuine. Oh, Forever Genuine. Jen being original. Oh, I got it. Forever Genuine at gmail.com. Okay, I will... let me copy that. I'm going to have it later. I'm terrible with saying stuff. Sorry, guys. My Thrifted Escape enjoyed your recent podcast while sourcing. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys, if you didn't check out the podcast, it's linked below. We were approved for iTunes, Google, and Spotify. We're also on Anchor. The best app to download for podcasts is Anchor. Anchor, like an anchor in the sea. Download it and leave me a voicemail. You can click on the podcast while you're listening to it and leave me a voicemail. It's amazing. We appreciate it. I'll be with Chris tomorrow to record another podcast, so it'll be fun. We'll have it back up tomorrow night. And if you haven't been on the website, rockstarflipperonline.com, you can leave me your email and I'll send you the link to the podcast and the updates and everything. No spam, no nothing, just a once a week email where I send you all the links to everything, like videos if you missed them or the podcast or whatever. So it's a good way to stay in touch with me. It's awesome. Kevin Fisher, thank you for the $2 super chat. Thanks to Thrifted Escape for her super chat and to everyone else who left super chats all night. To Elizabeth, Gate City Picker, Forever Genuine, Adam for reminding me about Wade's little baby. James Thrift, get to see him in Vegas. That's going to be awesome. And to everyone else. So thank you guys. To Steven Fielder, who left the $2 super chat before we even got on. Yeah, Adam, the anchors, right. Right here, PJ Kincaid from Brandon, Florida. Brandon is the town. I live just outside of Brandon, so say hi to me sometimes. Anything else, let me know. Ask questions. I'll answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to go watch some dumb show on Netflix that I have no business watching. And, other question, you guys. How many people are Mac versus Windows in the chat? Right Mac or right Windows? If you use a laptop, Mac or Windows, I'm using a MacBook Pro. This is a 15-inch MacBook Pro. I am 100% MacBook, in case you guys are wondering. But who uses Mac and who uses Windows? And I'm gonna ask you this for a reason. And I'm gonna tell you my predicament right now. I don't watch Shameless. I should watch Shameless though, Lindsay. I'll race you, Kevin, anytime you want. Mac, Windows, Mac, Windows, 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 Mac, Mac. Man, it is literally, I think the Windows is winning a little bit. Mac sucks. Golden Finger Picker, Chad in the house, crushing me. It's 50-50, but I think the Windows had a little bit of an edge. Okay, so here's my question why. I've used Macs for a long time. This Mac is almost 5 years old, and it's starting to have a little slowdown issue. It's not a problem. It's pretty good spec, but I went to buy a Mac tonight. I was actually going to buy one. I have an account at Apple, and I was going to go ahead and get it. One of the top of the line ones. Not quite the top, but close. With tax, tag, title out the door, it's $3,000. It's a brand new Mac. It will last me for 5 to 6 years. This Mac has been good for almost 5 years. I could get even longer out of it. I will not use a Windows laptop. I own Windows Surfaces, all that stuff. With that said, if I buy a Mac for $3,000, and it is a tax write-off, and it is a business expense, and it'll be good for 6 years, how do you guys feel about long-term investments in business equipment? Things that you can't resell to make money right away, but that will make you money over time. Because having a faster computer, here's my predicament. Every time I load like live shows, Windows, different tabs, different video editing and YouTube and all that, things slow down and I have to start waiting for websites and waiting for things. It's costing me time. And with everything that I do, I need a very high-end laptop. I have to. It drains it. I just upgraded my internet here at the house. I spent an extra $20 a month to go ahead and get faster internet. We had 50 megs. Now we have 100 megs. So I'm just wondering how you guys feel about the long-term investment in equipment. I hate it. I hate spending money, but I understand you have to do it sometimes. So, okay, I'm reading through. Apple laptops are expensive. 100% agreed. I agree they're overpriced. $3,000 for a laptop. It's $2,700, but sales tax, guys. Sales tax, and Apple won't let me use my tax ID. I already asked. I tried. They won't let me. Scott Bowser, when's the new tax law take effect? I do not know. Apparently, the Supreme Court laws are immediate, so I'm going to have to do some kind of update video. Jen's Cool Shop, she did the same with the high-speed internet. Jen's Cool Shop in the house, you guys. If you need buttons or things like that, contact her, please. She's the one that hooked my mom up with the buttons for the shirt. Thank you so much, Jen, for those buttons. And she really did give them to me for pretty much nothing. I had a few left over, the buttons that Jen sent me, so that was awesome. Thanks for the buttons, Jen. Yeah, so people gave me a hard time about buying an iPhone X for $1,000, but remember, or $1,100. Remember, I only pay $35 a month for the phone, so really it's nothing out of pocket. I am spending $1,100 on a phone, but $30 a month. the Apple account that I have is interest free for 36 months. So technically speaking, I could pay about what, $70, 70 or $80 a month for the laptop and never pay interest. So there's that. I mean, I could pay cash for it, but why pay cash when I'm getting free money? Yeah, Siobhan, I almost threw the laptop the other day. I had to restart my laptop the other day. It was just dragging, and it's a fast laptop. This is an i7, 8 gig RAM, 2.3 gig processor. This is a pretty quick laptop, 500 gig hard drive. For being almost 5 years old, this MacBook Pro is really, really, really a good computer, and it's been a workhorse for me. I just think it's time. I've had it for almost 5 years. It's time. So, anyways, tax-free. Casey, wait until tax-free school shopping weekend. Golf wins. Good point. I'll save $200. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I need to get more memory. The computer I looked at today was 16 gig RAM, 1 terabit. So it's double. It's double the terabits, double the RAM, and it goes. Mine is a 2.3 gig processor. This new one is a 2.8 or 2.9 gig processor. If I sell my MacBook, this MacBook Pro, I'll wipe it clear, which will probably help it anyways. I'd probably sell this one for about $400. Most of them on eBay were going for about $4 to $5. Probably let this go for like $399, $400 to somebody if they wanted it. I'll let you guys know if I decide to sell it after I clear everything out of it, so y'all don't get the secrets. Yeah, I know that Windows are cheaper and you can get a better spec'd computer in Windows for cheaper. I get it. But what Mac does and the programs that it has, I use some very special programs on Mac that I'm used to and I love and I have. So I don't want to go away from Mac. I truly do love the Mac, iOS platform. So if you look down here on my left, I have Final Cut Pro. This is my video editor. And then next to it, I have Wirecast. This is my screen recorder, audio recorder, podcast recording software. And then also I have Reflector 2. This is what lets me show my computer screen or my phone screen to you guys on my computer. This Game Capture HD is Mac only. This captures anything that's on my PlayStation. And then OBS is Windows. So this one is Windows. And then, of course, iTunes for all my music. So everything that I do is Mac related. I do have Windows on here, Windows programs, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft Email Outlook. But a lot of these programs, especially this Wirecast, this is a $500 program. And this Final Cut Pro is like a $300 program. These are like clutch. I have to have them. So, I mean, that's like a no-brainer. Can't get rid of them. Okay, back to me. So that's it. What does your shirt say, Rockstar? My shirt says, it's not debatable, eBay-able. I'm awesome. This shirt came from Teresa Cox. If you guys don't know who she is, amazing eBay seller, sweetheart of a woman, and she was on stage last year as well as me at eBay Open. She talked right before me. She's in the red dress, a little shorter. She'll be there next year. We'll get some updated photos. Very sweet of her. She sent me this shirt. I'm going to get her an amazing gift when we go to Vegas and take to her. So, shh, don't tell Teresa. Nope. Brandon, I love Final Cut. Sorry. Yeah, Siobhan, I agree. So, anyways, that's my position. I'm going to think about the MacBook. I might buy a used one. I don't know. I'm a used sucker. I'm an eBay seller. I'm going to let you guys get back to your world, to your life, to your Netflix, to your Windows computers. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Teresa's a doll. I love Teresa. She's amazing. So we'll see her again. Kevin, anytime you want to run down Bradenton, I got free tickets to Bradenton Speedway. Hit me up. I'll get you one. Let's get lunch. Let's meet up in Brandon somewhere, and we'll make it happen, buddy. In the meantime, if you have sales tax questions, comment section below belongs to you guys. Thank you to all the super chats. I believe that you guys are the most amazing people ever. All of you that join the chat are just as amazing. All of you that comment and support this channel. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And back to work, back to making money. If there's anything I can do to help you guys, you know how to get a hold of me. And if you want extra help in the VIP group, you know how to ask me as well. Email, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, comments, messages. They're all open to you guys and girls. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Good night.